So we're having a problem with our Samsung dryer. This is kind of an ongoing problem, and that we're not getting any heat. It runs, but there's no heat. So I've had to troubleshoot this several times now. I fix it, it works for a year. I fix it, it works for 6 months. And it keeps recurring, and it's, always one of 3 different parts. So I thought, since I'm going in here to do it again, I would just do a video of how I do this and give you a sense of how to get at this heating element and what can go wrong in there. Step 1 is to unplug it. If you don't do that, well, you're going to have bigger problems. Next thing is you have to remove 2 screws on the back. There's one here and one just like it on the other side. So I'm going to do that now. So with these 2 screws removed, the top should be loose. You should be able to get it, just push it out of the way a little bit, which exposes the next thing you need to do. There's basically 4 screws holding on this control cover right here that we have to remove, right? Here, 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 and here. So I'll take those out now. With those 4 screws removed, you'll see you can just pull this forward a little bit and it pops loose, and then you can lift it up and just put it up out of the way. All you're trying to do here, you see I just set it up top. I don't bother disconnecting anything. All we're trying to do is get to the screws here for the front cover. There's 4 of them on the front cover, and there are 2 more inside the dryer door. You've got on the bottom, around the bottom of the drum. Those 2 also have to come out. So I typically take these out first, close the door, do the other 4. Use your body to hold this in place while you take out the last screw, because it wants to come off. Okay, now with that off, you see this leans out. Now, next thing we have to do is disconnect this electrical connection at the top. Just pull it out. Now you can just tilt this forward and lift it out of place. And then put it somewhere where it won't get damaged. Okay, we're there. Now basically what we've done is exposed where the heating element is. I just moved this wire out of this clip, get that out of the way. But now what we're going to do now is we're going to remove this screw right here, and that releases this heating element. And then I'll show you the next part that we're going to do. So again, we're going to remove this screw next. Okay, I've removed that screw, so this should be free. You should be able to lift this up. Now, with that kind of movable, we're going to pull these 2 screws out down here. Okay, so let's do that. So with those screws all removed now, this piece can lift up and just get it out of the way. What that does is it makes it easier to pull this out. Now, you notice I unclipped this wire, helps me move it out of the way a little bit. But now I'm just going to work this out of here. One of the things that I typically always have to do is I'll remove this red lead from the bottom piece here. And once that's done, I can work this, just kind of carefully work this out of here. if any other things come off, just keep track of where they go. But they probably won't. A little difficult doing this while I'm trying to hold the camera. Okay, so my blue one came off here. I'll put that back on and I'll show you how we're going to check this. Okay, so we have this out now, and there are three things that can go wrong in here. First of all, you have the heating element inside. The heating element comes out right here. Then you've got some type of fuse. Don't ask me which is which. And then there's another, I think they call it a thermal fuse. This might be a thermistor. I don't know. I just don't remember, but there's three pieces. Each of these three could be points of failure. Now, in my case yesterday, I replaced this one. And the way you test it, you just need a multimeter. And all we're doing is checking for connectivity. So you can see we've got a connection there, which is good. We've got a connection here, which is good. So our heating element is fine. But when I tested this one, it failed. Now this is the new one. I already put the new one in. Here's the old one, right? So let's just test it. I'll hook it up. Just test those two. See, it's open. So this was either bad when I put it in, or it failed within 1 second of me starting the dryer. I'm not sure which it was, but I've now put another one in. So with that in place, I'm going to go ahead and put this back in. Obviously I've got to reconnect it, you know, this red wire to here once I get it in place. But other than that, it's just kind of reversing the process of what we did to take it apart. So I'll go about putting it back together now. Well, I got it all put back together again, and at the moment it does work. It doesn't mean it will work tomorrow or the day after that or even a month from now, but it is currently working, so that's exciting.